Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Here we are, another day, living the dream. What are you drinking? Because people want to know. It's the sought after thing in the comments.
Is it?
Yeah, people have been saying, what is that?
It's Sainsbury's knockoff version of Barocca, is what it is.
What flavour is it?
Berry of some kind. Some kind of berry flavour.
Yeah, people have been asking in the old comments.
It's just like a vitamin C effervescent thing.
Taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I don't really know how much good it actually does, but it tastes really nice and it makes me feel better about drinking a whole pint of water in the morning, so.
There we go. What's new then, other than healthiness?
I got up and just put my bikini straight on today.
Yeah, it's toasty outside, again.
Let's see how toasty. Currently 22 degrees, gonna get up to 24.
Beautiful.
But it's weird how it's like a whole 10 degrees less than yesterday. Like, why was yesterday so hot? It was 36 degrees yesterday.
That's crazy.
So how are we now at 22?
Yeah. Any news? Anything going on? You got a little quiz tonight, haven't you? Oh, tomorrow. You're doing it today.
Yeah, we're doing talking about the heat, we're doing a Christmas quiz tomorrow.
Yeah.
Christmas really lends itself to being a quiz.
Yeah.
I haven't finished doing it yet, but I've got my Christmas cards ready because I'm going to do I thought an advent calendar might be too many, seeing as there's only sort of like 10 of us doing the quiz. That's a lot of work. So I thought I'd do the 12 days of Christmas, but like an advent calendar with Christmas cards. So all the Christmas cards will be numbered, and in the Christmas card will be like, the Grinch stole Christmas -3 points, or
Love that.
Rudolph said yes to guiding the sleigh,
Yay.
+3 points, and then that kind of thing. So.
Like it.
And I'll draw a random name from the hat between each round,
Yeah.
and they each get to pick a number.
Like it. A bit of Christmas is what we sort of need, I think, at the moment. Saying that though, it's August the 1st. That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy that we're in August. All this started for us in like March. And now we're in August.
It's madness.
That is crazy. Where's the year gone?
My hope is that lockdown, or, you know, the rules and regulations ease enough by October that we can have some kind of like joint birthday Halloween party.
Yeah. That'd be really good.
But the chances of that happening are slim, and obviously we wouldn't ever do it if there was like people's safety at risk.
Yeah.
But if there was a world in which they were like, yeah, no, it's fine for you to like visit your friends' houses, even if it was like a gathering like no more than 10, it'd still be fun to have like 8 friends over and have like a little party.
Yeah, definitely. So, I got a little email today.
Is it a lovely email?
It's a lovely email. Thanks for the emails, guys. We really do appreciate them, especially the lovely ones. And this one is taking it back. You know, taking it back in the world of social media. And this little email, this lovely email, is from someone called Jenny Varley.
Jenny what?
Varley.
Varley.
Yeah.
Nice name.
And they're from Yorkshire, which beautiful part of the country. So this is what Jenny said. Whilst watching your social media trolls video, it really made me think back to the era of MySpace and their top friends list, in which you could choose which of your friends could be in the top 8 and in which order they were within the top 8. This caused many a feud back in the day, which it did. And then the question is, do you think the use of social media has helped to increase the interest in theatre with extra free marketing? And what would happen without virtual concerts and sharings of performances we see so often now? Is it hard to think back to pre-social media and what it would be like without it? So basically, I'm thinking social media, musical theatre, what's the relationship in those worlds? But I think we should take it back to MySpace and give a little chat about MySpace, because that was iconic, I think, back in the day. I had a MySpace.
I had a MySpace.
And I think it's deleted now. But if you put in, I think it's still on the internet somewhere, Oliver Ormston MySpace, there's a MySpace still active, or was, but it's not mine. It was a fan.
That's hilarious.
And this is like pre-anything.
Yeah.
This is like when I was 17, 18, whatever, probably even younger than that. I was a professional actor, but the handle is Oliver Ormston is fit.
Brilliant.
and they stole all my pictures from my MySpace. This is like genuine, and took them onto theirs.
That's so funny.
How weird. And I never really found out who it was.
That's so funny.
No idea.
I used to post like original songs on MySpace.
We need to go through your archives and get those.
I think I deleted them all
Did you?
before I
Oh.
jumped ship. Yeah. I really remember having a conversation though once with someone on MySpace, which was really hard on MySpace because there wasn't like an instant chat thing. It was like messages, and they were essentially emails. And I remember having a back and forth with someone. Bear in mind, I was like really young and I was trying to defend my brother's band because this girl messaged me being like, I'm really upset because my mum says that McFly are devil worshippers and she can tell through their music. And then sent me like quotes from their songs, but they were all like wrong, you know, like misheard lyrics.
Yeah.
They were all wrong. And she'd like put the word like devil and Satan in place of words like love and peace and you know what I mean? Like, it was just really weird, and I remember having like a back and forth with this person.
It's all about Beelzebub. Beelzebub. It's all about Beelzebub.
It's all about you, Satan.
It's all about Beelzebub. Just like mum's voice, just over the recording. Beelzebub.
But nothing was worse than Pixo. Did you ever have a Pixo?
No.
All the girls at my school had Pixo, and I am also guilty of this. I also did this because everyone did it. There was a pressure to have this certain page on your Pixo, which is awful. Like looking back at it, I knew how horrendous it was, but I would have been like bullied or made fun of if I didn't have it. And it was a page. I must have been like 13, maybe younger, maybe like 12 or 13, in year 7. And everyone had a Pixo, and you could like pick the name of your Pixo, and like you could like change all the colours and stuff. It was really cool, and you could create pages, and one of the pages was like rate my friends. And so you'd get pictures of like all of your friends, and then and it was like around like a chat box, and in the middle everyone would like pick the number of the person they thought was like the best looking, and everyone had it. Like, it's so mean and what's the word I'm looking for? Like arrogant. There's like a sense of arrogance about it as well, because you were always like hoping that everyone would pick your picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have you seen Social Networking, the film?
Yeah.
When Mark Zuckerberg was that in Harvard.
That's essentially what it was.
Yeah, crazy. This is sort of off topic, but it reminds me of being in school and having top 5s. Did you have a top 5 in school?
No, bear in mind I went to an all-girls school.
Oh, you would have had top 5 then. But like it sort of died out as you got older, obviously. No one still does it, and they're in like the 20s. But it was like this thing, like probably like year 7, 8, going on to 9.
Yeah.
What's your top 5? Am I in your top 5? And it'd be like the people that you fancied. You know, you'd write it in your books at school or stuff, and it would go around if you were in someone's top 5. You know, if you were someone's number 1. Oh my God, you're this person's number 1, and you're like, wow, she's only my number 4. Like, you know what I mean? Like just silly stuff like that. Just remind you of that.
Kids are weird.
Kids are weird. I do remember like the importance of you ranking your friends though in the top 8.
I think I was very lucky though, because I could kind of get out of it, because I think at one point I was friends with all of the McFly boys, so they were all my like top 4. So then it wasn't as like, I don't know, I could never have anyone compete for the top space because it was my brother.
No, I can't recall who was in my number 1 spot, but it was probably like my school friends.
I just don't remember when MySpace died out, because I don't really remember using MySpace at secondary school, but I must have.
It was funny because I remember using MySpace like a lot, and then I heard whisperings of Facebook. People were like, "You're not on Facebook yet?" And I'm like, "Nah, that'll die down, mate. I'm sticking with MySpace." And then gradually, as I just got older, I guess Facebook just seemed more sophisticated. I would have been about 18, I think, because I can like vividly remember being in college. So I would have been around about that age when I first got Facebook. So yeah, I just sort of left MySpace behind. So it would have been like the 2nd or 3rd year I sort of ditched it and went to Facebook, which would have been about 2008, 7.
I created my Facebook page on the computer of the lobby of the hotel that we were staying in Florence on a school art trip.
No way.
Yeah. So all of my first pictures on Facebook are of me on that art trip.
Well. Yeah. On to the point with social media, musical theatre, and all that sort of jazz. Like how it's changed. Because I can't imagine what it would be like without it now. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of like just our industry. You know, imagine going through this like COVID now with no sort of outlet or no sort of way of communicating with anyone. Because I'm guessing if you're taking away social media, you're taking away a lot of how people communicate, as well as, you know, post pictures and all that other stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
It would have been a dark time, I think.
Well, I think it would have like impacted our industry way more, because at least with social media we've still been able to, or theatres have still been able to like live stream ticketed events and, you know, make money in some way and do like online concerts in order to create some kind of not just revenue but also like buzz and excitement and keep the love of theatre alive. But had none of that existed, I feel like it would have impacted our industry way more. Like I think a lot of theatres and production companies would have gone under far quicker.
Another question from Jenny was, do you think social media has helped to increase the interest in theatre with like extra free marketing?
I think it has for a younger generation.
Yeah.
Because I think this might be a false generalisation, but I feel like it is a younger generation that uses social media more so than the people who would have gone to theatre without social media, you know what I mean? I feel like theatre used to belong to an older generation. It was an older generation who used to go out to the theatre, and it wasn't so much like 14-year-olds begging their parents for tickets to go and see a show. Whereas now, because of social media and predominantly younger generations using social media, they're discovering shows themselves, as opposed to, like, the reason that I knew about Joseph when I was a kid was because my parents were massive fans of Joseph, or my mum was a massive fan of Joseph, so we used to play it in the car, and that's how I discovered Joseph. But then when social media came in, I discovered Heathers because of the internet, and Dear Evan Hansen because of the internet. Like, I never would have heard of those shows if it wasn't for Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, so true.
Showcasing those shows. And Les Mis had like a massive shift in audience as well. That was partly to do with the movie, but I think also the movie coming out around the rise of social media, it was kind of like a happy coincidence, because all of a sudden the cast got a lot younger. They started casting all of the students and Eponines and Cosettes far younger than they ever had before, when they used to be sort of like people in their mid-30s playing Marius, Cosette and Eponine. All of a sudden it was me, Rob and Samantha Dorsey, who were all in our like early 20s. Like I was 20 years old, Rob would have been like 22, 23, Samantha Dorsey would have been like 23, I think. We were all like much younger. And the youngest people in our cast were 19, which like never happened before. Which also then meant you had a younger generation, because we were all using social media then. We were all like really active on social media, which meant a younger generation had the movie, Les Mis being really active as a production on social media, and all of the cast being much younger and using social media. And all of a sudden they went from having like 4 or 5, maybe 10 at the most, like older autograph hunters type. That was kind of like the demographic, stood at stage door waiting for people like Alfie Boe and Michael Ball, and you know, I mean the people who were in Les Mis before us would have been like, I think it was Matt Lucas. So you would have had like an older generation waiting at stage door, but because it was an older generation there would have been fewer of them, and they wouldn't have been like, you know, screaming and wanting selfies. They just wanted like a quick squiggle and then they'd go away. You went from that to all of a sudden having like 150 people at stage door when the cast changed. And all of them were like between the ages of 14 and 20. So I think like because of social media, older shows like Phantom and Les Mis all of a sudden had like an influx of a younger generation And then of course like the newer shows like Jamie, Kinky Boots, Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Waitress, all naturally had that younger generation because of social media, because those shows began in the social media age.
Yeah. It must have been so hard back in the day to say there's no social media or anything like that. I know like sort of major news outlets, probably just like the papers, like how it used to be.
Yeah.
Like if you went to see a show and you saw Jesus Christ Superstar, you know, in the 1960s, whatever, or 70s, and you were like, oh my God, that Judas is amazing. It would be so hard to like track his life in terms of like his career. And with social media these days, you can go to a show and go, oh my God, Aaron Burr was ridiculous, like he was amazing, he was ridiculous. And then you go, oh, what's his real name? Go on Instagram, and you go, oh my God, he's doing, I don't know, Frozen next.
Yeah.
And
or you just look in the program, and half of their actors will have their handles, their like Twitter handle at the end of their bio.
Yeah, so like it's so easy now to sort of be a fan, like a bigger fan. Like it's more immersive, it's more like tangible, and like I think when I was young, the only sort of thing I could cling on to if I, you know, because I was a fan of musicals as a kid, was a cassette recording or maybe a VHS of Jesus Christ Superstar. And Glenn Carter was Jesus, and I thought he was like the tits. I thought he was amazing. But that's all I could get as a 14-year-old boy. I couldn't go on his Instagram and check him out and go, oh my God, like he's in Warrington, oh my God, you know, like he's in Manchester, I can go and see him, or he's doing a book signing or whatever. Like that was it. I just had this dream that I might work with him one day, and looked up to him and was like, oh, I'll never get there.
Yeah.
But now, flash forward like 15 years, you can now watch an artist or an actor or whoever and feel closer to him.
You can see what someone's doing daily.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's like the best. I think so. I do believe that social media has like enhanced musical theatre, and I think that's why like the fans like love it now.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I think it's good. Well, that's that really. Social media, theatre, social theatre. Yeah, I'm all for it. I like it. I love it. I like that you can sort of connect with fans out there, you guys, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's nice. It's a good thing. We got a good thing going. What I'm gonna do now though, I might make this a segment or a little thing I do.
He's not approved this with me. I don't know what's happening next.
I did the Alexa thing.
Yeah.
I think it went down a little treat.
Didn't you wake up someone's parents?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, a little disclaimer. If you don't want a song to play to get you in the mood for the day, maybe go and turn your Alexa off, or do that press a button where it can't hear me. So today's song is going to be my favourite person's favourite song. And this is, Alexa, play Dancing in the Moonlight by Top Loader. Have a good day, everyone. Right. Goodbye, everyone. Be safe out there. Don't stop dancing in the moonlight.
Oh.
Bye.